Okay guys, so today you're going to be doing a very quick, very short online lab for photosynthesis. In years past, I always did a graphing activity, and this year it's just not conducive. I do not want you to use Cami to do a graphing assignment because I think that would be more stress and struggle on you guys than you would get out of it, and I think you would just end up getting very frustrated. So here's what we're going to do. So you'll have this once you load it, and to load it, if we go to the assignment here, I'll put the link there for you. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adjusting the light intensity, or we could call other way to say that is call that distance from our plant, and we're going to see the photosynthesis rate, how it changes. Okay, so what we can do here is we can move this light however we want to move it, and as we move this light, it might get closer, and you guys can see over here on our plant, it is becoming more sunny, I guess we could say, or we can move further away where the plant is getting somewhat shaded. Okay, this plant is actually a plant that lives underwater. It's called Elodia. Some people pronounce it Elodia. I like Elodia better, but whatever. So here's how we are going to run this. And if you look at your assignment here, you're just going to use text entry to enter it, guys. Okay, so we're going to start off with 200 millimeters away from the plant. And there's two things we are going to count here. We're going to do standard deviation and bubbles that we are able to see. So I'll do the 200 one with you guys. I'm going to hit the start button down here, and you're going to be brought to this screen, and you're going to see these little bubbles coming up. There's a bubbles per minute here thing, and there's a counter. I like using the bubbles per minute because you're not going to have to go for a full minute. If you use the counter, you got to watch the clock, watch the bubbles, and make sure you're hitting this plus sign all at the same time, and I think that's a little intense. So I like using this one better. So each time you see a bubble, we're going to hit the tap button. And we want to make sure once we start this, we are very consistent with it. When the bubbles are coming up, guys, you want to try to hit the tap button as they're in the same location. So there's a little, let me highlight it here real quick. There is a very little dot right here. Okay. And I kind of use that each time. I don't know why, I just kind of decided to use that because it was right in the middle. So when the bubble is reaching, boom, that little yellow dot there, I like to hit the tap button. Okay, so let me erase that. And I'll come back to our photosynthesis lab here. Okay, so I'm going to start it. Wait for one more bubble here. One. You guys can see I'm trying to be consistent with where it is. Okay, so I'm going to stop there because I'm pretty consistent. It's staying at 19 or 18. So my bubbles per minute I would record for 200 would be 19. And then the standard deviation is in the second box over here, guys. It's plus or minus large, which means for this one, we do not have a standard deviation. Okay, so that's the 200 one. I'm going to go back. You're going to do 190, you're going to do 180, 170, 160. So on and so forth, all the way down to 110. We could go down to 100, which I thought that was a little much. The bubbles go very, very quickly. So I'm going to do about 140 here, and I'm just going to show you one more thing with standard deviation. So I'm going to start here. You guys can see bubbles are a lot faster. So I'm going to still try to use that yellow mark. I know it's not yellow anymore, but it was before. I'm going to still try to use that to count the bubbles, and it's going to go much quicker now. And as the bubbles hit that yellow mark, that is when I am trying to hit that tap button. Okay, so you guys can see I got about 99 bubbles there. My standard deviation is plus or minus 0.6 bubbles, which is very good. Here's why I say use that little yellow dot there and try to hit the bubbles at the same time. If you hit them and you're inconsistent, let me do the same one again here. Say I go up top and down low and up top and down low. I'm like, okay, I'm not really being too consistent here. Maybe I'm hitting them when they get to the top. Maybe I'm hitting them when they come in. All right. My standard deviation is going to go up, meaning I'm not very consistent with my taps. Okay. So you want to try to get the bubbles when they are in the same position each time. Okay. So you guys will run through that. You're going to count your bubbles. And then after you're done with everything, there's 3 questions here at the bottom for you just to answer. So you can answer those. And that's pretty much it. Submit it. Make sure, guys, you do a text entry and you'll be good to go. All right, guys. So work on that and have a good rest of your day.